The fiction and drama novel The Great Gatsby by F. Scott Fitzgerald was published in 1925. It accompanies a group of characters living in the wealthy fictional towns of West and East Egg in Long Island during the summer of 1922. The plot surrounding it follows a man named J. Gatsby on his quest to achieve massive wealth and influence in an attempt to catch the attention of a girl named Daisy. Throughout the novel, Fitzgerald showed that the men of the novel were expected to make money for the women. He also depicts that the men of the novel are dominant over the women, especially through the character Tom Buchanan. When the narrator of the story, Nick, visits his cousin Daisy and her husband Tom, Nick recognizes that Daisy has no control in the family and acknowledges the family is a Tom Buchanan's. This is even more evident by the fact that Tom Buchanan openly cheats on his wife, Daisy. Despite her knowledge of his affairs, she remains quiet and accepts Tom's behavior. Another example of Tom's superiority over the women in the novel is depicted in a scene where he assaults his mistress Myrtle. Even though Tom leaves her with a broken nose, Tom hides behind his superiority, facing no repercussions whatsoever. Instead, they resume their relationship directly after the event, and Myrtle acts as if nothing happened. Moreover, Daisy is also portrayed as an object, goal, or idea that the character Gatsby has set his life on pursuing, rather than as an individual with a personality. J. Gatsby looks at her as a trophy or an achievement, and could care less about her as a person. The only exception to the gender role Fitzgerald has set in the novel seems to come with the female character Jordan. She's a professional golf player that makes her own money and supports herself. She's the only female character that actually has a profession, and is not portrayed as being inferior to a man, nor does she depend on or need support from one. However, Jordan then gets in a relationship with Nick. It continues throughout the course of the novel until Nick starts blatantly disregarding her towards the end. Eventually, Jordan makes a phone call to Nick and he abruptly ends the relationship without much thought, leaving her devastated. Even though Fitzgerald seems to depict her as being different from the female cliché he has created, a man ultimately deems her insignificant and casts her aside, as has occurred to all the other female characters. Overall, the recurring theme here is that the author portrays women as having less power and superiority than men. This theme is also directly reflected in the era this novel was written in during the 1920s. Despite the slight shift in attitude shown with the passing of the 19th Amendment in 1920, the American consensus at the time still remained. Women belonged at home with the children, whereas the men belonged taking care of money, business, and politics.